Hi, this is Michelle Goldman with APD1 and my Milestone 1 video project update. So the first week was particularly difficult for me. I was not quite sure what direction I was going to go with handling the data for my app and wanted to tackle core data and took some time to figure that out and get that working, and I do have it working now. Definitely not on schedule because it took me twice as long to do that as I initially anticipated. I've had some other setbacks, some medical issues that have come up, but I'm still working away at this, and I'm very pleased that I was able to get the core data model functioning. In using the managed objects that are in Xcode and iOS, I was able to build the contact database separate and contained within the app to be able to handle the CRUD for the app. And whereas in the first week, I actually had initially tied the view into the native iOS contact database, which was great, but it wouldn't work for this purpose because then there's no separation between the mobile device's entire contact database and those contacts that are specific to the app. So that was one of the big changes that I made between what I started to initially do the first week and what I've ended up with. So in the app, I mean, it doesn't look like a lot when you're looking at it in the simulator, but there is a lot of work to go into it to make this functionality work. So I've got the locations for each person to break down by location. So just to give you some background, the app is for asset management for mobile devices. So in a professional environment where you've got someone who has to facilitate and manage hundreds of mobile devices for all the users for the company, it's very difficult to know on the fly who has what device, what their capabilities are for upgrading the device, if they need to submit a request for a warranty repair or to replace the phone or to change the coverage features on the device if they're going to travel internationally. All of those things are very time consuming to try to manage when you're talking about 3, 4, 500 mobile devices. So by being able to use the application, put in all the users for the company with their location, their device or devices, phone numbers, contract dates, carriers, and be able to facilitate it through here, it should be a great asset for people in that position. So we come in, click on the plus, be able to create a new person. One of the other issues I was having was, and I'm not sure if it's just in the simulator, with the keyboard covering the actual text fields, which I have it so it's not covering the text fields, but have a couple of other residual issues as well, which does not allow me to go back up and scroll up the page and access the other fields. So I'm not sure if that's just happening in the simulator. I haven't had time to check that on the device itself. Now, right now I'm manually typing everything in, but once I work through the core data model and the managed objects, the intent is to add additional entities into that data model so that it will be able to work in conjunction with other classes to provide options, pre-populated options for carriers, devices, things like that. And that'll just make the whole application work smoother. I'm not sure what's happening with the contract date field here. It does appear as soon as the app loads and you go in to create a new contact, but I'm losing it at this point. because I am kind of behind and I'm doing the milestone 1 review, I wasn't worried about that because I've already moved on and moved forward. So that will definitely be addressed. It just skips right over that contract date. Okay, all right. So see when I say done, this is what I'm talking about where I've got the contract date is now down here and I can't scroll back up. And again, that could just be in uh, the use of the simulator. So if we say save, oh, okay, so I just put in the new person, that was Joe Doe, and I actually had this in before as Biscayne Beach. It's actually the same location. When I add in the other entities with the classes where you can just select, that will prevent this confusion from happening because it really is the same location. So if we go to edit, I've got my edit button here. So before that, the information is just in a view where you can see it and you can't actually edit it. So we can make this one also Biscayne Beach and say done. Okay, so that's saved. So if we come back here, now it's taking him and putting him under the section, which is by location, of Biscayne Beach. One of the other issues that I discovered is that I'm putting the contacts in. Everything is fine up to a point, and I'm not sure what that point is yet, but I will add a contact in and it will bump contacts down. For example, this contact is actually in the Miami office. And when I put it in, it stayed in main office and bumped this contact, which was in main office, down into Miami office. So that is also a hiccup that I'm working through, but as I'm making these other changes to the entire core data model, um, I'm confident that those will be worked out as well. So this is what I have for now. Was not able to do a lot more, but the fact that I've got this working and have a pretty good grasp on the core data and NS managed object models is a great thing. And hopefully be able to get everything done that I would like to do for the entire month's project.